What's good, y'all? So, y'all know I've been taking y'all on my little journey, and I'm really trying to get back into my whole thing with getting closer to spirit, my intuition, building up everything. So, I just wanted to share something. I showed y'all the sign of what happened when I have been manifesting things as far as my personal situation with getting a place. So early this morning, went out with a friend of mine from work, first friend that I made at this job, and we went walking. Got out like really early, went to the lake and went walking. And while we walking, we ended up, catching up. We ended up talking about both of our situations and manifesting. And I was sharing what I've been doing and what I've been going through and how I've been utilizing the water, because one of the things that I noticed for me is water is one of those elements that I have the most in my chart. And I feel like when you use the element that you have most in your chart, it really helps to bring your manifestations into fruition a lot faster, pardon me. And I've always used water to manifest the things that I want, whether it's being in the shower and I'm cleansing myself and asking for things to come to me. I know that's not a monitoring spirit. A fly just landed right on my car windshield. I'll drink in water and I will speak to the water. And because we are mostly water, so you're putting that into you. You know what I'm saying? Or when it rains, I'll say that it's raining down blessings. All the things that I want is coming to me, and this is proof of it. Like, I use water for everything when it comes to manifesting. And so when I'm at the water, y'all seen, I like to put my hands in there and I put my intentions into the water. So I was sharing with her because she mostly has fire in hers, and I said, you need to get out into the sun and you need to be looking up, like close your eyes and look up here to your third eye, and you need to allow that sun to hit your pineal gland. Also, her sign within itself is a Leo, which symbolizes the sun in the tarot deck. Okay, so you all about fire. All right, utilize that sun. I said, if you don't have a sun, if it's ever cloudy or whatever, then you need to get a candle and use fire. Okay, that's your main way of being able to get the things that you want. Get something and burn it. Light a candle, put your intentions into it. You know what I'm saying? So while we walk in, and I know like things that I'm trying to do for myself. She's got things she's trying to do. While we walking, I noticed a caterpillar. I don't have it on this phone. I have it on the phone that I'm using. But I take a picture of the caterpillar because I was like, wow, I said, I haven't seen a caterpillar like this in a long time. It's one of those fuzzy ones. I forget what it's called, the specific name of it, but it was fuzzy and it was like a sienna burnt brown color, and it had like the tip of it was like black. And I was like, yo, and when we walking and we seeing this on the left side, I noticed it. And I was like, yeah, I said, I feel like that symbolizes like spiritually transformations that's, about to happen. I said, because of everything that I know, that I personally have been going through. I'm just trying to make sure that my phone is still charging up while I'm talking. Everything that I've been going through, I was like, I have been putting certain things out there and I'm waiting for them. And I know that they're coming fast. I said, because from the time that I started at that water and manifesting certain things to come, things been coming like this. Like that. I said, I can feel inside I'm going through like a bit of a change, a transformation. I feel like this is my time right now. Like things are really opening up for me. And so we walk in and I noticed another one on the left. I was like, there's another one. And I said, dang. I said, now, what would be crazy? I said, she's like, this is crazy. This is crazy. She's like, oh my God. And so I'm like, what would be real crazy? I said, if we see a third one, I said, if I see another one, I said, because things usually come to me in threes. I was like, that's going to be wild. Not long after I said, I was like, yo, look, Notice the third one. I was like, shoot. I said, this has to mean so. She's like, what do it mean? What do it mean? I'm like, I'm going to have to like do some deep diving and researching when it comes to this, because I know that it does have to deal a lot with like transformation, because when you think about caterpillars, the change that they go through, and then the traveling, I said they're walking, they're going somewhere because they're preparing for their transformation. I said, and I feel like that's what I know I'm definitely doing, that, preparing to go into my next transition of life, because I'm getting ready to move out of where I'm at right now to go into my own apartment and go into a different phase of a new chapter, you know. And if she's going through things herself, now I'm just going to speak on me because I only know about myself. So I'm just like, yeah, I said, there's been like a lot of things that I really have been, you know, trying to do for myself. And I feel like, especially with where I'm going, the apartment number that I'm going into is a number 3. And the 3 symbolizes something as well, that number for the, you know, apartment that I'm going into. So I'm just like, this is like really, really wild, you know, that we're seeing this. You know, I said, because I haven't seen these, and like who does this, you know. But being out in nature, I said, this is one of the things I love about being out in nature, because this is where you get your signs. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, this is where I get signs. So we walking on the left side, again, we see another one. She's like, yo, this is wild. And I said, no. I said, it's a sign. I said, this is definitely all a sign. I said, and for both of us, I said, you need to take this too. She's like, I am. And so I'm like, you know, I understand what 4 is all about, with the stability, building a firm foundation for yourself. It's all about celebrations. I said, and those are things that I'm really feeling right now. And she's like, yo, she was like, if we see another one, she was like, I want to look for one this time. She's like, I want to see if I see one on the right side. As soon as she said that, not long after, we seen one on the right side. She was like, oh my God, this is crazy, right? So I'm like, that's 5. I said, 5 is all about change. All about change. So she's like, you got to tell me, like, what this mean? Like, we got to look this up and we got to see what's going on with it, like, when we get to the house. So she sends me this thing, and I'm going to read it to y'all because it's kind of lengthy. But we take a picture. She took a picture of it too. And so it is the woolly bear caterpillar, also known as the woolly worm or Isabella tiger moth larva. These fuzzy little caterpillars are famous in folklore for predicting winter. People say that the more brown or rust colored they have, the milder the winter, and the more black, the harsher the winter will be. So it's going to be a pretty mild winter, I would have to say, coming up, because they were mostly brown, okay, or the rust color. All right, so now it says, spiritually speaking, and she did this and she sent it to me. I didn't do my own. Spiritually speaking, seeing the same creature repeatedly, especially in unusual patterns, can carry personal or symbolic meaning. Caterpillars often represent, like I said, transformation, okay? Then it says patience and growth, because they're on their way to becoming butterflies or moths. That's exactly what I said. They are on their way to transition, so they're preparing. They're getting themselves ready to go into their chrysalis. It says, you mentioned you saw it 4 times on the left and once on the right, and you spoke it into existence. That's interesting, because the left side often symbolizes intuition, past, or inner reflection. The right side often symbolizes action, forward movement, or manifesting something into reality. And we just got done, before we finished our walk, we were at the water. We went by this little creek, and we both did whatever it was we needed to do. And I helped her as far as like saying some things to manifest while she's sitting like by the sun. And then I went over by the water and where it was flowing, and I put my hands into the water, and I, you know, released my intentions there. So it says, seeing it mostly on your left might have been a sign to reflect on, trust your inner guidance, while finally seeing it on your right after you spoke it could mean you're bringing something you've been feeling or thinking into motion, turning intuition into reality. And this is where I've been feeling like for so long, and especially trying to bring myself now into a different circle of people where we're all on the same page and we're doing things where we all believe the same, so that we can have like just have more energy and more power in what it is that we want to bring about our desires faster. If you're open to symbolic interpretation, this might be a confirmation moment that your intuition is strong and what you speak or envision can manifest quickly. And I know that for myself, especially being a life path number 8, which is ruled by Saturn, things tend to come around for me really fast, especially when it comes to karma and learning lessons, but then also getting the reward of after I've learned the lessons. I get those things that happen to me really quick. So it says the caterpillar as a spiritual messenger. Caterpillars symbolize transformation, patience, and divine timing. They remind you that even if you can't see the full picture yet, you're in a stage of growth and preparing to bloom into something new, like the butterfly or moth they'll become. Seeing it repeatedly could mean you're being guided to trust your process. And y'all already know that I told you that when it comes to that for myself, I've been trying to allow myself to be guided by my grandfather, which was the whole either a grasshopper, a cricket, or a praying mantis. And he's already come to me as a praying mantis and then the cricket. So I know that there's guidance there for me. Changes are happening, even if they feel slow or uncertain. The pattern, 4 on the left and 1 on the right. The left side 4 times represents intuition, the past, inner work, and divine feminine energy. This shows that your growth or change has been happening internally and emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. The right side once represents, for one time, represents action, manifestation, and the physical world. The fact that you spoke it out loud and then saw it on your right side suggests your words carry energy. You literally manifested what you saw, and that's the thing that we actually have to remember, is that we don't get things based off of what we see first. We get them from what's inside of us first, and then they manifest. But this is just how fast things can manifest for you. This is a strong confirmation that your intuition and your words are in sync with the universe right now. The message, the universe might be saying, what you've been quietly growing or healing inside you is about to show up in your outer world. Keep trusting your intuition. Your voice and your energy are powerful. It's like a small test or sign that your manifestation power is strengthening. Your right side appearance sealed it. It's time to step into your action and believe your words have creative power. If you want to honor the sign, and then it gives some different things about what you could do. It says here are a few gentle ways you could journal what you were thinking or feeling that day. It's likely connected to what's manifesting. Set an intention for transformation. And then it gives an example of what you can say. I'm ready for my new chapter to unfold in divine timing. Trust timing like the caterpillar. Your progress may look slow, but it's building something beautiful. And I feel like this was really, really like so good, because it really was like right on time. Like, this is something that I needed. So now let me ask, because I want to give y'all the other thing for the number 3, and I want to see what it says when I put it in. Can you please tell me spiritually, what does it mean when you see the woolly caterpillar 4 times on your left and 1 time on your right? Wait, it's not doing it. Hold on. What does it mean when I see the woolly caterpillar 4 times on my left and 1 time on my right? The second time that I seen it, I said, wouldn't it be crazy if I see it again, another one, a 3rd time, and I saw a 3rd caterpillar, and then I saw a 4th on the left side. Also, I'm moving into an apartment that equals the number 3. Symbolically and spiritually, what does that also mean? All right, so let's see what it says, because, GPT chat be having some answers for us. You know what I'm saying? All right, so it says, and it's probably going to say some of the same things already. I don't want to repeat a lot. All right, it says it can mean several things. Transformation and change. Caterpillars are classic symbols of metamorphosis. Of course, we all know that. Seeing them multiple times as you're moving suggests you're in a period of significant personal transformation. The left side in many spiritual traditions represents the feminine, intuitive, receptive, and subconscious aspects. 4 on the left might emphasize that this transformation is deeply internal and intuitive. The right side represents the masculine, which I already know that the left side is feminine, the right side is masculine, because when I was in the hospital, I did say that when they talked about me having a kidney infection and kidney stones, it was in my right side, so that's dealing with masculine energy. The right side represents the masculine, active, logical, and conscious. Okay, so you have your subconscious and you have your conscious. 1 on the right could suggest you're being called to take one clear conscious action, your prediction coming true. This is particularly meaningful. It suggests you're developing stronger intuition, or that you're in alignment with the flow of life right now. The number 3 from my apartment carries rich symbolism across cultures. Creativity, which I already know, and self-expression is often associated with artistic energy and communication. It also involves community. Growth and expansion, past, present, future, beginning, middle, and end. Trinity energy, mind, body, spirit, working in harmony, joy, and optimism. 3 is considered a fortunate, lighthearted number. Taken together, it seems like you're encountering a period of creative transformation. The universe might be confirming that you're on the right path, especially since you intuitively predicted seeing more caterpillars. Your new space, the 3 energy, could be a place where you'll express yourself more fully and joyfully as you undergo this metamorphosis. What changes or transformations have you been feeling in your life lately? And there really have been a lot. I've been feeling a lot of different transformative energy inside. So just the fact that, we set up this time last week to go this week, to go out walking, and I don't have long before I'm going to be in my own place. And so for the next week we're going to do it. The following week I'm not going to be able to, because I really need to be here preparing to move my stuff and do what I need to do. But definitely next week we're going to go again, and we're going to sip out of water. We're going to do some more manifesting. We get out there early, and I just like it because it's a way for me also to get my body back in shape, which I was saying. And even for the pain that I've been feeling, my sciatic pain is due to the things that's happening in my back. I've been saying to myself that I really feel like it all started when I came here, and because of where it's located in my lower chakras, I was like, I feel personally that the pain is going to stop completely once they coming kind of fast. Damn. These trucks, I swear to God, I feel like the pain is going to completely stop, because dealing with the lower chakras has to deal with, especially my sacral chakra, and my root chakra, is all dealing with stability and me feeling a feeling of feeling safe. And that is not something that I have felt really anywhere that I have lived for a long, lengthy period of time. And so I'm going to be gaining all that back. So once that happens, I feel like mind, body, and spirit, we are interconnected. All those things are interconnected. And so when they end up coming together and one thing affects the other thing. Once I get that, I'm going to have peace of mind. I'll be able to practice again the way that I'm used to, spiritually, emotionally. I'm going to feel like a weight has been lifted off me, like I'm finally coming back into this place where I feel whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just want to feel like I can do things the way that I'm used to doing them and be unapologetic about the way that I do stuff. So today was like a really good day. It was very confirmational for me in so many ways. And it just felt so good. It felt so good. And I'm going to have to like actually share this with her. I want to share this with her for what I got. But yeah, I'm just like, I feel like really, really good. And today, like when I tell you, because I was telling her, ask for signs. You know, that's one of the main things that I always have asked for, and I stopped. And I hate to say it, but anytime that I've been with someone, I almost tend to forget who I am and how I do things, because I'm in a place where I have to tailor my spirituality and my practice, and it messes with me. And I really am trying to find a way to still be able to maintain my own spirituality and how I do things wherever I go and whatever circumstances that I'm in. And I do find little ways, but it's challenging when you are feeling stifled. I started wearing my tiger's eye again. I found this, and I know that that has also been helping me as well. And I found an extra obsidian, because this one, y'all know, I always tend to wear, but I found an extra one, so I've been, wearing them, like doubling up on trying to, push any negative energy away from me. But yeah, it's just one of those kind of things, you know what I'm saying? Ask for signs and expect them. And when you ask for a sign, ask for something that you don't normally see, like, or come across, like what she was saying with her situation. I said, first of all, you have to know what it is that you want, and then after that, you ask for a specific sign. And I asked her to give me, something, and she said it, and I said, okay, I said, now you need to start asking to hear that all the time, to see that more and more, to maybe have a, I can't really say because I don't want to like speak on her business, but just you need to be asking for that, to have that be present, so that you know that what you're asking for is near and it's coming your way, that you're attracting it. So I know, like, I've been getting clear signs, especially today. And I know the work that I've been doing on myself. I've also been doing this thing more and more where I'm watching less and less TV. And this started when I ended up going into the hospital. So that ended up being a positive experience for me in the sense that it put me back into the mind frame of getting deeper into my meditative practice, and not allowing other things to be in my mind, especially before I go to sleep. You want your mind to be free of any distracting things, so that whatever it is that you're trying to bring about, Spirit can speak to you. Whether we realize it or not, astral project, and we go off and we get this information. So we want to be as clear as possible when we come back. We don't want those that information to be muddled or distorted because of something that we just got done watching before we went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's been nice, like also getting back in touch on my days off with my circadian rhythm, where I'm not staying up all night. I'm actually laying down when the sun starts to go down. I do start to get tired, and by like 8:30, my behind is like laying down. I'm like ready to conk out. So it's been me going back into like fully practicing and doing what I need to do, being out in the park, grounding myself again, being barefoot. And I'm even about to get some shoes that have a leather bottom so that I can constantly be connected to the earth and ground. Because when we walk around with this plastic, we lose that connection that we need to have when it comes to the earth. And energetically, we need that. We need to stay connected. So, y'all get out there and hug a tree, walk barefoot or something, stand in the grass just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And see if it don't make a difference for you, like every now and then. But that is it. I just wanted to share that because I feel like somebody may need it. You know what I'm saying? And then I just wanted to share it. Because signs can be important, and this may be a way for somebody else to know that they're getting like that much closer to whatever it is that they are trying to manifest. But yeah, pay attention to those things that you see in nature. Don't just look at it like it's nothing. Pay attention, because spirit may be trying to tell you something. Till the next time, y'all, be well.